The to-infinitive signifies the result of the experience, condition, or action indicated by the descriptive word. To include a verb, there are two clauses. He majored in management at the university. He grew up to be an investor. The condition of the subject indicated by the personal pronoun he is caused from another condition described by the intransitive verb grew. The subject of the conditions indicated by the phrase of the to-infinitive to be an investor and the phrase of the intransitive verb grew up is the same as the speaker. The subject of the intransitive verb grew and the preposition to is the same, with the consideration of the logical relationship between the first clause and the second clause, that the to-infinitive is applied in. The condition indicated by the phrase of the to-infinitive to be an investor is the consequence that results from the condition indicated by the phrase of the intransitive verb grew up. We can understand the intention of the speaker to arrange the phrase of the intransitive verb and the phrase of the to-infinitive of the first clause. The first role of the to-infinitive is to clarify a description and another description by the phrase of the to-infinitive. The succession. The speaker does not focus on the logical relationship between the two experiences, conditions, or actions of the descriptive word and the to-infinitive. This description deals with two events can be arranged with the relationship of a cause and an effect, but the speaker who does not want to focus on the logical relationship of the cause and the effect can describe two events, the succession, consistent with the time. The speaker signifies that the experience, condition, or action indicated by the to-infinitive happens later than the experience, condition, or action indicated by the descriptive word, to include the verb as a succession according to the order of time. There are clauses. As time goes by, he grew up to be an investor. The condition described by the phrase of the to-infinitive to be an investor is arranged after the phrase of the intransitive verb grew up. So the listeners will interpret the logical relationship between the first clause conveys the intention of the speaker that does not clarify the logical relationship between the two conditions. The listeners understand the condition of the phrase of the to-infinitive to be an investor is the succession of the condition. The phrase of the intransitive verb grew up. The subordinate clause linked by the conjunction S to the main clause to apply. The to-infinitive does not signify the logical relationship between the conditions of the subject, who is a male, as a non-participant in the conversation with the speaker, indicated by the personal pronoun he, described by the phrase of the intransitive verb grew up, and the phrase of the to-infinitive to be an investor. The conjunctional adverb as, to link the subordinate clause to the main clause, also has the trait as a preposition, which is one of the adverbs. We can understand these two clauses linked by the adverb as in the relationship mediated by the preposition as. Then the clause time goes by is the object of the preposition as, and the clause he grew up to be an investor is the subject of the preposition as. The preposition as mediates the relationship between the subject and the object. The subject and the object commonly another object. Object exists as a purpose to clarify the subject and the object of the preposition as are the factors to define the object. The subject, this main clause, and the object, this subordinate clause, define object that is not revealed in this sentence. So the phrase of the root infinitive be as the object of the preposition to signifies the successive condition that the subject will exist in after the condition indicated by the phrase of the intransitive verb grew up as time passes. We will review the other traits that the to-infinitive can have in a clause. The first trait that the to-infinitive can have is as a noun. There is a clause. I like to drink a beverage. The speaker, who is the subject of the to-infinitive to drink as a noun, signifies that the object of the condition indicated by the transitive verb like is the action indicated by the root infinitive drink as a purpose of the speaker. The speaker, who is described by the transitive verb like, conveys the condition of the speaker to the action. That is the purpose of the subject, who is the speaker. So the speaker likes the upcoming action indicated by the drink. The definition of the transitive verb like, to describe the condition of the speaker as the subject, to orient the object of the preposition to, is actualized at the present. So we can know that the combination of the preposition and the root infinitive as a to-infinitive reveals the information about the experience, condition, or action indicated by the root infinitive later than the time when the definition of the verb happens. The second role that the to-infinitive can have is adjective. He wonders about something to drink. The to-infinitive as an adjective describes the subject indicated by the in indefinite pronoun something to indicate an undetermined subject. The to infinitive, to drink, to describe the object that is unidentified. The object indicated by the indefinite pronoun is not clarified in the conversation between the speaker and the listeners. So the speaker conveys the intention about the ambiguity about the object. So the speaker arranges the indefinite pronoun something ahead of the descriptive word to emphasize that the object indicated by the indefinite pronoun is unclear. The speaker signifies the root infinitive drink as the object of the preposition to indicate an action as the purpose that the subject indicated by the indefinite pronoun something exists for. The subject indicated by the indefinite pronoun something exists with the orientation indicated by the root infinitive drink. So the listeners can understand that the subject exists with the purpose related to the action indicated by the root infinitive drink.